What does a simple bow say about who we are? This humble knot whispers elegance, rebellion, and everything in between. Welcome, Winsome Ones. My name is Heather, and today we are looking at bows. I recently just made this epiphany about Chanel when I did my Little Guides to Style series, that Chanel was just obsessed with bows. She just loved the aesthetic of a bow as well as the connotation of it. And it really just was a signature element in all of her designs. And I never really noticed that before. So it got me so excited. So I'm very new to bows and I needed to then educate myself about them. So I've done a little bit of research. Before we go any further, let's just have a look into the history of the bow. Historical origins. In the 17th and 18th century Europe, bows were everywhere, from powdered wigs to corseted gowns. French aristocrats wore them like declarations of status, but beneath the grandeur was a playful spirit. A bow, after all, serves no function but delight. It's fashion's way of saying, this is a gift. In the Victorian era, bows became smaller, more intimate. Tucked into bonnets and gloves, they hinted at modesty and femininity. Like a secret ribbon on a love letter, they were tokens of charm, quiet but intentional. Fast forward to the silver screens of the 1920s to 1950s, and bows took on a flirtatious flair. Draped across evening gowns or perched in starlet's hair, they added drama and allure. Each bow was a final touch, like the ribbon on a present, promising something unforgettable inside. Coco Chanel's affection for bows. Coco Chanel understood the bow's paradox: soft yet structured, elegant yet mischievous. She didn't just decorate with bows, she used them to redefine femininity. On belts, necklines, and cuffs, her bows were subtle provocations, not fragile, but purposeful, not just pretty, but powerful. Modern significance. Today, bows are everywhere, from the runways of Valentino and Dior to the sidewalks of Tokyo and New York. Oversized bows make bold statements in haute couture, while tiny ones add sweetness to sneakers and nails. But they're never just adornments. Bows are storytellers. They carry connotations of celebration, care, and rebellion. They're fashion's way of saying, this is chosen, this is cherished. More than a knot, more than an ornament, a bow is a whisper of whimsy, a symbol of elegance, and a gesture of giving. In fashion, it's the flourish that says, this moment is wrapped, curated, and offered to the world. Whether it's Chanel's understated charm or a dramatic runway flourish, the bow continues to knot together fashion's past and future with a wink, a flourish, and a touch of magic. Since I first discovered about bows, I have gradually and very slowly and intentionally been acquiring some bows. So I've got 7 outfits to show you today in which they incorporate bows in them. So let's have a look at my 7 looks on bows. So with this one here, my pearl encrusted bow, here it is. It was actually a hair bow with a clasp that could allow you to put it into your hair. So I took that out and replaced it with a safety pin. I did have to super glue it a bit to put everything back in place, but here it is here. And I just thought just a simple monochrome white dress with a pearl encrusted bow. So this one here is my beige bow. As I said earlier, I just think if everything is tonal, then it makes the bow stand out because of the depth of texture that it creates in the outfit. So I just thought I would wear it like a brooch on this monochrome outfit here. So next outfit, it's actually exactly the same, but now we're going to be focusing on the shoes. So these are my Salvatore Ferragamo shoes, and they have a bow on them. So I've actually topped and tailed with the bows. With this bow here, once again, I got it in Target and it was a hair feature. So I removed the fitting that you could put it onto your hair and replaced it with a safety pin. And I'm still playing around with it. So I'm wearing it as a brooch here, but I could also wear it on my shoulder, or maybe even I could remove it and put it on the back if I was going to be wearing a dress that could call for a bow. Same outfit again, but now with a bag with an embellished bow. So this is a wonderful tote bag that I have found a lot of uses for. And I actually like the generosity of the size of these two bows here. And because everything is tonal, it's not too over the top because the generosity comes from the size of the bow. So this is my two bow skirt, and it does look a little bit weird. I know that. It's sitting a little bit high up on the waist, so I'm going to have to find a way to just somehow lower it a little bit and reposition the bows somewhere. So it's not finished. When I first saw this, it was actually a bubble hem skirt. So I unpicked it and then I got some bias binding that I had and then put that underneath so that I could get the maximum length. Anyway, once I fix it up, I will actually show you again, but I'm still in my exploring stage. So as I said at the start of the video, Chanel really inspired me to explore bows, and so I really wanted to give a nod to her. So black and white was her signature color scheme, and that's really why I made this set black and white. So it's got the sheen, it's got the monochrome, it's got two bows. It's almost there. We're not quite there yet, but I know that I will persevere and I'll get there someday with this skirt. Now, I love everything about this dress, but today we're talking about bows. So I will show you where the bow is on this dress. There it is. It is so feminine. It's a celebration of femininity. I love that 1950s silhouette. And I love the subtlety of this bow being at the back. It's not oversized. It's all in the same tone as the dress. And it's actually in keeping with the style of the dress as well. This is obviously an occasion wear dress. It's not one that you would wear every day, but the sheen works really well. So I'm really, really glad that I already had this dress. So this was the beginning of my bow collection. So once again, Chanel inspired. This dress was in my video from a few weeks ago when I looked at the Little Guide to Chanel, and I will link those videos below. So this dress is Chanel inspired, and then the pendant was actually a pair of earrings. So I got this one and another one, a pair of earrings from Target of all places. So I removed the backing where it goes into the ear for pierced ears, and then I just threaded a chain through it. And I just really like the effect because with the V-neck of this dress, it showcases the décolleté, and then I can then have a high neck pendant. And I'm really enjoying this pendant immensely, especially for a dress like this, which is very simple, and then to just have the bow. So I have topped and tailed it with my Salvatore Ferragamo shoes with the bow on them as well. Okay, one more look, the last one, and it's a good one. And last but not least, this look was inspired by the Chanel dress that Linda Evangelista wore in the Spring-Summer 1987 Haute Couture show of Chanel, where she wore a white dress with black bows. And I just really was captivated by that. So I looked for a while, and this is basically what I found. So these are actually little girls' hair clips that I managed to find from Country Road. And I just thought, I am just going to experiment and have fun with it. And because they are removable, I can actually put them onto other items, and I can even reposition them on the dress. But I really love this. It's fresh and it's fun and it's flirty. So I'm just really wrapped with this, and I'm having fun exploring with all of these bows. There you go. So I really hope that you enjoyed that, and that even gives you some ideas about bows that you can incorporate them into your looks. I do think that the safest way to incorporate them is as an external accessory, either as a piece of jewelry like this one here, or a bow, a detachable bow that you can put on and off that is actually tonal. And I think if it's something that has got a high sheen to it, like a pearl or satin or silk fabric, then I think that is in keeping with the lavish and the luxury aspect of it. Also, it means that you don't necessarily have to go out and buy a very dedicated item. You can just have it as an accessory. Even bows on shoes, as I found out, I've already got a pair of shoes, the Salvatore Ferragamo ones, the flat, ballet flat ones that are neutral, and they had a bow already on them. I've got a bag with a bow on it. So it doesn't have to be anything that overtakes your whole outfit. I think a sense of scale is really important. I do find that I don't want anything too big. If it is a certain size, like as in probably this big, it really is occasion wear and it's meant to be over the top. And I don't really have that kind of a lifestyle. So most of my clothes are everyday clothes. So in exploring bows, I have figured out that I need a sense of scale that's not over the top. Something that is going to be in keeping with the outfit. So I think something that has a dimensions sort of similar to that will fit on an outfit and it won't overtake. I think that if it's more in the neutral colors, I've explored a little bit, and I don't think I want anything too garish, like bright pink or bright red, or even black. I want something that's going to then blend in with the outfit. And that's why I think a piece of jewelry is wonderful. I'm on the lookout for a brooch, and I think that will really be quite spectacular. And I really like the feminine aspect of bows. I think the connotation of a bow is really associated with lavishness, with life being a gift, with celebration, a little bit of whimsy. And I can really see why Chanel was drawn to that, because that was really in line with a lot of her style philosophy. So my bow journey has really only just begun. Please share in the comments any experience or any ideas or suggestions that you can have about bows, because I really do want to open the conversation. I really am serious about this, and I'm on a mission, and I've still got a few more types of bows I want to actually incorporate into my look. And I'm really interested in doing it carefully and doing it well. So thank you for watching today's video, and I will see you next time. Please subscribe to my channel, click all notifications, like, comment, and share this video.